welcome back to Bury Our Bones with Cinema, and this is another instalment of the 30 Films of June movie challenge. Kicking things off with the previous two films I watched, the first of which is The Accountant 2. Now, this is a fairly by-the-numbers action movie starring Ben Affleck and Jon Bernthal. Now, performances are pretty good. Overall, the story's pretty good, but it's never ever really going to set the world alight, in my opinion. Personally, I think the first Accountant film is slightly better, but if you're looking for a fairly easygoing popcorn type film, then check out The Accountant 2. As some of you will know, the next film I watched was Blue Velvet, and I have to say, I was really surprised by how much I love this film. I'm not a massive David Lynch fan. I find his films a bit hit and miss. I think it manages to balance the mystery and surreal elements of the film really well against those romantic, tender moments that we see from the two main characters. I would 100% recommend Blue Velvet to anybody who hasn't watched it. And in fact, anybody who has watched it, go and watch it again, because I absolutely fell in love with this movie. So on to the next two films, the first of which is going to be Black Sheep. Now, this is a movie that I can remember coming out and remember thinking that looks quite funny, that looks quite good, but for some reason never got around to watching it, so I will be sticking that on in the coming days. And secondly, I will be going into the back catalogue of Gary Oldman with The Firm. Now, this is a film that I hadn't heard too much about prior to picking it up at CEX the other day, so I'm quite intrigued to see what Gary Oldman can add to the football hooligan genre of film. And it is directed by the same director who directed Scum. So as always, do let us know what you think of those particular films, and if you haven't already, click that follow button so you can get more content just like this. And finally, I implore you to go to wherever you get your podcasts from and search Bury Our Bones with Cinema so you can listen to myself, a couple of my mates and my wife talk about some terrible movies, some fantastic movies, and pretty much everything in between.